John Walk has been suffering with flu all week, but against medical advice, he steps into a critical role in the centre of the Ipswich defence this afternoon, in the absence of both Russell Osman and Terry Butcher. Franz Tyson returns to midfield. Tyson, who was furious at being only substitute when the two teams met on Tuesday. And he's back on the ground where he's been a central figure in 2 penalty incidents against Ipswich in the past 2 seasons. Bobby Robson has shuffled his pack. Mick Mills switches to left back with Steve McCall moving into midfield. Up front, Alan Brazil is dropped in a tactical manoeuvre, with Tommy Parkin coming in to give numerical strength in the middle of the field. And it's a similar plan to that which brought Ipswich a draw here last season. No team worries, though, for Liverpool, with Mark Lawrenson in his preferred position in the centre of the defence. Ronnie Whelan is now installed on the left-hand side of midfield following the departure of Ray Kennedy. And Ian Rush's contribution is emphasised by his 18 goals in 23 appearances. And since Graham Souness has been given the captaincy, Liverpool have produced an irresistible run of 8 wins and a draw. The emphasis switches then to precious First Division points rather than a League Cup final place, as the country's 2 most consistent clubs join battle for the second of their 3 meetings in 8 days. And today's referee is Alan Saunders from Newcastle. Mariner didn't get many touches in the game on Tuesday night. Hansen. George Burley's header. Here's Alan Kennedy. Aiming for McDermott, and was it the hand? It looked like it, and that's the way the referee saw it. The right arm raised by Terry McDermott. A characteristic burst from him again, but clearly handball. Kennedy's header. The game at the moment being played at Ipswich's pace rather than Liverpool's. Here's Walk. Steggles looking for Parkin, over-hitting the pass. Whelan. Led off by Dalglish. Souness looking for McDermott, who stayed onside this time and tucks it away. The referee had a look at the linesman, Terry McDermott, who has his own special way of celebrating goals. Souness looking up. How about that for a telling pass? McDermott had lost McCall on that occasion, and Liverpool lead after a quarter of an hour. As Liverpool look to enjoy the moment, Ronnie Moran is on the field for a little attention to Mark Lawrenson. So Ipswich, for the second time in a week, go behind to a goal from Terry McDermott. And it was McDermott's running that opened up this makeshift central defence of Ipswich. Dalglish. And it's Lee on the break this time. Steggles stretches. Hansen able to shepherd it back. So much to admire in the pass from Souness. Goal very much in keeping with Liverpool's current run of form. They haven't always found their best form in front of their own fans this season, Liverpool. But Terry McDermott giving the Kop plenty to cheer about. Here's McCall. Parkin. Gates competing well for Ipswich. One senses that their sense of competition is under some scrutiny here. At times Ipswich have been criticised from within the game for the lack of application on the really big occasion, and it was Whelan looking to feed off, and then Rush! Well, he can do nothing wrong. There was hardly a chance, really, as Whelan carried the fight forward for Liverpool and aimed to play the 1-2 with Dalglish. It didn't quite come off, but Ian Rush sensed an opening and blazed away. It's past Cooper. Here's Eric Gates. McCall going outside him. Gates uses him as the decoy. And then Muren uses McCall with the pass. It'll reach Mariner. He may have been surprised at the room he was allowed. Finally goes out from Sammy Lee. Mills. McCall. Making McDermott do the defending this time. And McDermott does it to good effect, although it costs his side a corner. Ipswich, of course, without the advantage of Terry Butcher's height at set pieces. They've brought Steggles up on the near post, where Mariner is there as well. Mariner gets the flick. Muren, now Parkin. Mariner wants it again on the far post, and Parkin plays it in a little shorter, which is more to Liverpool's liking. Foul by Souness on Tommy Parkin. Burley, who's such a good striker of a dead ball, and hits the head of Mariner too. Perhaps asking too much from that type of range for a direct header at goal. Lee. Dummy from Dalglish, knowing that McDermott was behind him. Space for Kennedy. And it was Dalglish looking to make something out of nothing. Something of a hit and hope by Alan Kennedy. Dalglish knew that a touch might embarrass Cooper. But now Tyson. Neil. McDermott again making the run furthest from Lee, and he ends again with a finish, but with disappointment and a shake of the head. McCall. Foul surely against Lawrenson. Into the back of Mariner. Hansen. able to quell the threat of Eric Gates in that situation. Dalglish, it might break for him, it does! On the stroke of half-time. Forward from Kennedy, Dalglish was sensing what was on here, ran a little kindly for him off Steggles, but he needed no second chance. It's 3-0 on the very stroke of the first 45 minutes. And this surely has ended the Ipswich challenge here. Lawrenson. Well, it's a recurring nightmare, it seems, for Ipswich Town. Terry McDermott giving Liverpool the lead here, just as he did at Portman Road on Tuesday night. And in quick succession, Ian Rush adding a second. And with Ipswich perhaps having a little bit more of the ball as the half wore on, they have perhaps been killed off here by a goal right on half-time by Kenny Dalglish. At half-time then, it's Liverpool 3, Ipswich 0. The goal by Kenny Dalglish just on half-time, the 27th that Liverpool have scored in 9.5 games since the turn of the year. In that time, they've conceded just 2. Rush. Sammy Lee, who celebrates his 23rd birthday tomorrow. Looks like having a win bonus to go with it. McDermott. It's Lee who's there for Liverpool. Here's Kennedy. Souness. Here's McCall. Is offside, but that looked very close indeed. A pass from Gates. Steggles. McDermott allowed to turn. That could be costly for Ipswich. Here's Lee. Stuck out a foot, but couldn't stop the ball going behind. McDermott's corner. It's Kennedy who came in at the back for Liverpool. Murin spotting a chance to change the direction. Parkin. Here's Parkin. Mariner. Did well to get the shot in. Dalglish. McDermott striking back. Cooper down for the save. Whelan was Mills' mistake. And it's Dalglish with a chance, Lee rather, with a chance to make it 4, and it comes out off the near post after Mick Mills had given the ball away for Ipswich. Ian Rush took it up, Sammy Lee up in support. Looked to beat the goalkeeper on the near post, which he did, but couldn't squeeze it inside the post. Hardly an enviable task for Kevin O'Callaghan to come on in a situation like this. Neil got a bad bounce there as he played the pass forward. Hansen. Walk cuts it out as it was aimed for McDermott. Here's Lee. Dalglish. No foul by Walk, but Lee kept going. And it's Whelan. Ronnie Whelan arriving at the right time. A moment earlier, the crowd were calling for a penalty as Dalglish went down, or at least a free kick. Lee wasn't distracted, in came the cross. Whelan got his head to it in front of Parkin. And Ronnie Whelan scores at Anfield for the 4th successive game here. And Bobby Robson in the middle of the picture there. The expression tells the story. Kevin O'Callaghan, meanwhile, has come on. Gates is clear here. He's got ahead of Lawrenson and can pull one back, except that Lawrenson fashions the most marvellous rescuing tackle. And Gates saw the goal opening up for him. He was leading the race, all right, and Lawrenson stretched a leg and got it to safety. It's an indication that throughout this Liverpool team, the performances at the moment are of the very highest level. They're scoring goals, and they're putting up the shutters at the other end. Mariner, Gates chases again, he's behind Neil this time, and Grobbelaar thwarts him. On 3 occasions in this second half, Eric Gates has got in behind Liverpool. That was his best effort. Grobbelaar's fingertip saved it. The call has offered himself for the short corner, and Liverpool have lost a little bit of concentration there. They pick off the cross through Whelan. Mariner let it run under his foot. Hansen powers forward again. Here's Rush. Ipswich stretched here. Dalglish. There's Walk who got in the way. Crowd of 41,316. Those wearing the Liverpool colours delighted with what they're seeing. Rush. Dalglish, can he make it 5? Credit Cooper there. Rush putting Dalglish almost clear, but Cooper was out quickly. Kennedy. Rush trying to give him some help. It's Kennedy's cross. In short for Rush. And Kennedy had stayed onside. Souness. Here's McDermott. Rush coming short. Dalglish was in behind him. Here's McDermott once more. Ipswich, as they have had to do for so much of this match, trudging across to try and get a foot in. Liverpool will not relinquish possession. Dalglish. Well, he couldn't keep his balance, and what Liverpool have been looking for was almost materialising for him. And that is the fifth goal, quite out of the ordinary, to seal the victory. Lee. Oh! It seemed to be arrowing in. Cooper saved it, but I think anyway the flag was up for offside. Hansen is the one last shot in the Liverpool locker. Well, they have the free kick. And we're moving towards injury time. Consultation between Alan Kennedy and Terry McDermott. Phil Neal has joined the wall. And it's Kennedy who goes over the ball, and then McDermott, and Dalglish, who puts it into the cop. And there's an inquest afterwards. And that, indeed, is the last act of a match that establishes Liverpool's 7th successive victory. Under Graham Souness's leadership, Liverpool striking a rich vein. Ronnie Whelan, the scorer in the second half, to make it 4-0. And if it needed to be announced, Liverpool stating to Ipswich that they've very much got their eyes not just on cups this season, but on the First Division Championship. A final score at Anfield, a thoroughly convincing Liverpool performance. Liverpool 4, Ipswich Town 0.
Bobby, how did you assess Liverpool's performance against Ipswich today?
Almost perfect. Gave nothing away. Great interceptions and great command of the back scene. They'll always look as though they've got time in which to intercept and come away with the ball at the back. They controlled the midfield, and finishing was lethal and clinical. I mean, what more can you say? They didn't look to have one weakness in the side. They looked to be a team with experience and youthful exuberance. They had that lovely combination. And the marry between, you know, the older players and the young players coming into the team and becoming integrated in the team now looks to be really blossoming. And I would think that on that view, they can go on another 3 or 4 years and steamroller people.
So, what can Bobby Robson do for the third meeting on Tuesday night?
I can reshuffle the pack. I mean, I can shuffle the deck and play the ace in different positions. I can do that. Whether you come up with a better scene, I don't know. Obviously, we've lost our centre-back scene, and I mean, when you lose that, you know, your consolidation, if you like, you know, from which you get your spirit, it's going to be hard to replace that. But we're going to have to just stick with that scene and hope that those two players can do better, because in the second half, Walker and Steggles did do better. Now, they've got to do better right from the very beginning with cover. And hopefully, yes, I'll change the team, I think, a little, and have another crack at it, you know.